Climb the infinite tower and maximize your points. How to earn points. 1. Daily Guild Quest. Complete the daily guild quests to earn points. Hard quests award 100 points, medium quests give 50 points, and easy quests provide 25 points. You can accumulate a maximum of 175 points each day through these quests. 2. World Towers. Clearing all 7 towers, including the Celestial Tower, grants you 15 points for each tower. This means you can earn up to 105 points per day from the World Towers. For an extra advantage, you can double the spawn rate of all enemies in the World Towers by waiting until 154 before attacking, except in Tower 1, where the timer is 144. 3. World Bosses. Defeating bosses across different worlds earns you 1 point per boss. Aim for a daily total of 30 points from world bosses to stay on top. 4. Dungeons. Running normal dungeons can yield up to 88 points, while challenge dungeons can provide up to 115 points each day. 5. Infinite Tower. In the Infinite Tower, you earn 5 points for every boss you defeat. If you die before reaching a boss, make sure to round down to the last 5-point increment. There is no limit to how many points you can earn, so push your skills and potential to the max. Tips for Infinite Tower. Tip 1. Avoid clicking leave. Clicking leave during your Infinite Tower run results in 0 points. Always choose to die and click return to town to exit. Tip 2. Remember you only have one chance daily. Each day, you only have one opportunity to earn points. If someone tries to join after you've started, let them know, sorry, we've already begun. Leaving mid-run means you will not earn any points. Tip 3. Be cautious of the boss spawn trap. Bosses appear every 5 floors. Avoid running past the spawn walls to prevent falling into the void and missing out on your rewards. Tip 4. Prepare before facing the boss. Don't rush in alone. Wait for your team to be ready and use our guild's ready words, beep or meep, before entering together. Teamwork is crucial. Bonus tip. Utilize the guild point tracker to monitor your progress. You can find the link in our Discord under World Zero info. Armor, weapons, and perks. Know your gear. To create zero gear, you need 7 out of the 10 specific armors. The armors are listed in order of the world they are from: Witch Hunter, Cloak of Ember, Holy Armor, Phoenix Plate, Dragonkin, Night Terror, Angel Armor, Reliquary Armor, Ether Armor, and Gemstone Guardian. Armor perks and percentages. Fortress, 10%, 40%. Glass, 30%, 100%. Master Thief, 10%, 35%. Self-Destruct, 10%, 50%. Agility Walk, 2% 10% bonus gold, 5% 20% bonus health region 1 to 5%, Lucky Looter 2% 10%, Energized Buck 5 to 15%, damage reduction 2 reduction 2 8%, Vitality H 5% 12%, Poisonous Thorns 5% 60%, Resist Burn 30% 90%, Resist Frost 30% 90%, Resist Knockdown 30% 90%, Resist Poison 30% 90%, Rough Skin 4 to 10%, Shifted Aggro 15% to 35%, Untouchable 5 to 20%, Elemental Resistance 10 to 40%, Weapon Perks and Ranges, Boss Bane 10% to 30%, Mob Slayer 10% to 30%, Elite Assassin 10 to 30%, Vampiric 5 to 15%, Opening Strike 10% to 25%, Ferocious 20%, 40%, Agility 2% 10%, Attack Up 2% 8%, Gold Harder 5% 20%, Bonus Health Regen 1 to 5%, Bonus Pet Food Chance 2% 8%, Energized 5 to 15%, Burn Chance 2 to 15%, Crit Stack 5% to 15%, Elemental Resistance 10% to 40%, Life Drain 2% to 6%, Resist Burn, Frost, Knockdown, Poison 30% 90%, Shifted Aggro 15 to 35%. Weapon types and their perks. Staffs: Wicked Staff, Cerberus Staff, Will-o'-the-Wisp, Staff of Scarabs, Firecaster, Staff of the Deep, Wings of Dare, Reliquary Staff, Ether Staff, Crystal Nova. Bows: Wicked Bow, Thornmaker, Winter's Bite, Royalty, Ignis Draw, Siren's Song, Great Bow, Reliquary Bow, Aether Bow, Galaxy Reach. Scythes: Wretched Scythe, Meteorfall, Claw of Winter, Sandstorm, Ignition, Squidbane, Grim Day, Reliquary Scythe, Ether Scythe, Void Harvester. Great Axes: Splinter Great Axe, Lion Great Axe, Snowstorm, Death God Blossomfield, Kraken Stare, Shining Banner, Reliquary Great Axe, Ether Axe, Nebula Breaker. Long Swords: Void Slayer, Spire Slayer, Glacier Edge, Titan Slayer, Infernus Teeth, Deep Trench, Gilded Champion, Reliquary Sword, Ether Longsword, Astral Edge. Great Swords: Brass Greatsword, Spirebane, Permafrost, Greatsword of Ruin, Fiery Eye, Siren's Watch, Legacy, Reliquary Greatsword, Aether Greatsword, Shatterblade. Shields: Breaker Shield, Firebane, Winter's Heart, Phoenix's Heart, Solar Heart, Squidface, Crestfall, Reliquary Shield, Aether Shield, Celestial Aegis. Pet perks and percentages. Boss Bane, 5% to 10%. Elite Assassin, 5 to 10%. Mob Slayer, 5% to 10%. Ferocious, 5-15%. Vampiric, 1 to 5%. Agility, Walk, 2% to 10%. Attack Up, 1% 5%. Gold Hoarder, 5% to 20%. Bonus Health Regen, 1 to 5%. Energized, 5% 15%. Elemental Resistance, 2 to 15%. Vitality HP up, 1 per 7%. Resist Burn, Frost, Knockdown, Poison, 30% 90%. Shifted Aggro, 5% to 35%. Understanding perk probabilities. Perfect perks. Odds: Weapons Tier 5, World 1 to 9, 179 chance, 1.26%. Weapons, Tier 5, World 110, 169 chance, 0.59%. Armor, Tier 5, World 1 to 9, 128 chance, 0.78%. Armor, Tier 5, World 110, 169 fine percents. Pets, Tier 5, World 1 to 9, 190 chance, 1.11%. Pets, Tier 5, World 10, 170 chance, 0.59%. Perk rarity by mode: Normal, Nightmare mode. Perfect perks are 25 times rarer. Challenge Nightmare mode. Perfect perks are 15 times rarer. Tower runs. Perfect perks are 17 times rarer. Semi-perfect perks. Semi-perfect perks are twice as common as perfect perks. Even if you don't achieve a perfect perk, aiming for semi-perfect perks can still result in a very strong build. Strategic tip: focus on modes where the odds are slightly better and maximize your point-earning potential. Equip gear with complementary perks to enhance your performance in every battle. Additional helpful info. Guild Point Tracker. Track your points with our interactive Guild Point Tracker. Make sure to make a copy to fill out your progress daily. The main file is view only. Points tracking. When guild points are blue, it indicates that you have achieved all the points in the dungeon or tower. For world boss points, check the world teleporter. Final reminder: climb the infinite tower, maximize your points, and bring glory to the guild. Let's dominate together. Like, comment, and share this guide with your guildmates to help everyone level up their gameplay.